Hello and welcome back. Today we have the Somers Tuskers taking on the Scarsdale Waiters in an exciting one. Girls flag football. The Somers Tuskers come into this matchup at 3-5-1, but a big win versus Yorktown. A phenomenal win against a team that was 7-1. Before that, they were 7-0 going into that matchup, where they won 6-0. And the Tuskers have a defense who has not allowed any points in the last three halves that they have played, and they are taking on the Scarsdale Waiters, who comes into this matchup undefeated on the season at 7-0. And welcome back. I'm Benny Still. Should be joined by a few others in a little bit, but as of right now, this is a solo production as we are walking and rolling here at Somers High School, and we're about to get started. And this Scarsdale squad is going to be a tough opponent. They're defending league champions, but if anyone could get it done, it would be the Tuskers. With it, Antonexia keeps it running, going, and the flag is going to be pulled, but a great start for the Tuskers, gaining multiple yards there. That's a great one for Natalia Antonexia, who the quarterback for the Tuskers, who runs and gets the first down. A great start for the Tuskers as she found the opening, went right for it. That was enough for the first down, as it's now going to be, it will be first. It's going to be first down for the Tuskers. So now, lining back up, it's Antonexia. Back with it. Tuskers start off on offense. Finds Kaufman, and it's going to be caught, flag pulled. Is that enough, though, for the first down? That's the question. Yes, they're going to move it up, but Coach Cleary, Mr. Cleary is not moving the marker, and yes, it is going to now become a third, but a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 3. So still trying to figure it out, but now with it, 2nd and 3. So now with it, Antonexia back to throw. Throw's going to be caught, and was that enough for a first down? That's going to be caught by Wygand for the Tuskers, and they're going to mark that a first down. So now first down and 20 to go, as it's a first down right at the marker for the next first down territory. So now first down. Antonexia with it, back to throw. Rolling Antonexia, and it's going to be dropped by Morgan Kaufman. So now that is going to make it a second down. 2nd and 20 for the Tuskers. So Tuskers lining back up now. Antonexia, shotgun formation. Back with it, hands off, and it's gonna wind up. Ball winds up coming loose there, and that is gonna be incomplete. So now 3rd down. 3rd down for the Tuskers. That's gonna move them back. So it's gonna be 3rd and 25. 3rd and 25 is gonna be. This is gonna be a rough one for the Tuskers, as after that great first play, Scarsdale defense really has shown up, and yeah, they got to get some type of big play to get at least close to getting the first down. So Tuskers lining back up. We got 3 receivers out to the right, no receivers on the left. Antonexia throws, caught by Schmidberger. Schmidberger still has the offensive player of the game versus Yorktown, given that award, and it's gonna gain. It's still gonna be 4th down, but when all said and done, looks like she's gonna gain. It's gonna be 6 yards there from where the 20 was. So it's gonna be It's gonna be 4th and 14, but in the top, they are in Scarsdale's territory, so you may want to try going for it. However, at the same time, it's risky. The score is still 0-0, and and if you decide to go for it, you don't get it. You give Scarsdale not phenomenal field position, but still give them pretty good field position, good far down the field. As the Tuskers are going to line back up now. Antonekia, we got Schmidberger and Dust. That is Goulart out there. As Antonekia back to throw, 9 goes. And 9 must have forgotten it's not tackle football. She tries to go for some type of sack, but I don't know what the call was there. At the end of the day, though, it is going to be a 4th down. It's going to be a turnover on down. So now 1st and 10 for the Raiders as they come out. The Raiders have just had a phenomenal season so far, undefeated in this one. They were league champions last year, but the Somers defense coming off an amazing performance, allowing a Yorktown squad who did not score a ton of points to a Yorktown squad just not to score a ton of points, and because of that, they wound up taking that one with the 1-score touchdown, 6-0. So 6-0 is the score for that Somers Yorktown game. This took place last Friday, but Scarsdale is going to line back up. So back with it now. Their quarterback back to throw. That's number 4 with it. Movement around. Goes back up. Finds 5. Flag is going to be pulled by Wygland there. So in as quarterback for the Tuskers is Tesla and Fisher with the catch. And I'll be back in just a moment. Right, so back to throw number 4 with it. Movement around. 4 heading back. Defense by Cuffman. Somers movement around now. Running that route there, and the flag is going to eventually be pulled 5 yards past the startage of the new down, and it's gonna amount being 7 yards, and that is gonna wind up being 4th and 13. And let's see what Scarsdale Raiders are gonna decide here. But a great job by that Somers defense there, showing up and not allowing the Raiders to get down. So now with it, it's going to go for it on the 4th down, and it's going to be dropped by number 7 there. Number 7 with the drop there, and it's going to be a turnover once again for the Tuskers on downs. All right, so welcome back now as the Tuskers are moving the ball down the field as they're lining back up. So Antonekia, shotgun hands it off. Persico with it, rolling, and flag is going to be pulled. Wait, I'm going to mark it about a 8 to 10 yard gain there, and that's going to be a 2nd down and 10 to go. And while the Tuskers are working on moving down the field, who are some players for the Tuskers to look out for in this matchup? So we got Natalia Antonecchia, the quarterback. She has played very well throughout. Antonecchia back to throw. Finds. That's Persico with it. Rolling, and our flag's going to be pulled. Did she get the first down? We're about to find out. It's going to be. No, it's not even going to be close there. 5 yards short, as it's 3rd and 5 now. So 3rd and 5 as Tuskers are now moving down the field. Another player to look out for is their wide receiver, Morgan Kaufman. And we'll see about. And she'll be key at wide receiver. She's been good with like short passes throughout the years. It's going to be caught. That's going to be caught by Schmidtberger. But that's going to be enough for Tuskers. First down. And with that, Tuskers get the first down as they are getting closer and closer. And they are on track to possibly score against the Scarsdale squad. And folks, the Tuskers, since the second half of that booster game, they have been on a roll. They've been playing phenomenal flag football, and if they just play like they've played the last 3 halves, always they could very well be undefeated. Like this team has the potential, and they've been doing a phenomenal job. As Antonecchia and the Tuskers are going to line back up now. Antonecchia back with it to throw. Short pass, almost picked, but winds up being an incomplete pass there, and that is going to bring it to a 2nd down. Tuskers now lining back up. There's Antonecchia back out there. Antonecchia back to throw. Keeps it now. Running, and flag must have been pulled, so that brings out the 3rd down. Going to be gaining a few yards there. So a few yards to gain there as it went, and I apologize, we're currently having some technical difficulties with the camera, but apologize about that. As the Tuskers line back up now. Antonecchia back with it to throw. Goes up, and it's going to be intercepted by Scarsdale there. Intercepted, and we will be back in just a moment. So a bigger gain for Scarsdale there as they are going to get down the field. A big pass there. So welcome back. As of now, our camera problems are back in order. We apologize as currently it's a one-man show again here today as managing the camera and stuff. But now with it, four back to throw, movement around, keeps it, and flag is going to be pulled by Persico there. And that will make it a third down now, but Scarsdale it has been moving down the field throughout the last few plays. So now third down for the Raiders as continue to move down. So lining back up now, third down, and a flag comes out now. And while we have a moment, let's continue. So other players to look out for from Tuskers today. So got Julius Schmidberger, nominal on as wide receiver and on defense, getting have gotten multiple interceptions throughout the season, including one in the last game. We have Kara Persico. She has been phenomenal on both offense and defense, especially offense has had a great run game throughout the season. And has had a lot of big gains as 4 finds 9 there. And the flag is going to be pulled out by number 14, the Tuskers. That is Roan. And that was number 4 of Tesla, who finds number 9 for Brown, Leia Brown for the Raiders. So Raiders lineup they look to be going for it now on 4th down. So back in shotgun formation, number 4 back to throw, and it's gonna be dropped by number 5, and it's gonna be a turnover on downs. How about that, folks? The Somers defense showing up once again as the game is going to remain tied at 0. We're still in the first half, folks, but Somers defense continues to stop team from getting down the field and hold them to 4th down each drive, and it's been a phenomenal job. Started in the second half of the booster game, then they shut out Yorktown, and then now they are doing it again. Their defense has really shown up so far today. But now back is the Tuskers offense as Antonecchia back to throw. Antonecchia finds Persico, rolling Persico, still in. Big one there by Kara Persico, and hard to tell where she winds up coming out. It's going to be enough, however, for a Tuskers first down. How about those Somers Tuskers as they are moving out down the field? Movement down the field for the Tuskers as they're game playing and lining back up. So Tuskers lining back up now. Antonecchia back to throw. Finds Kaufman there, and it's gonna be caught. So a catch by Morgan Kaufman there. Tuskers are driving. They may be doing as good, if not better, than Scarsdale team the movement on offense today. And the Scarsdale team, they are league champions just a year ago, and this Somers team has really shown up, has shown up today, and they are playing to win. As let's see, so we got Antonecchia out there as quarterback, Persico and Schmidberger out on the left as it's moving in, hands off. Fake handoff had us all tricked up there, and it's going to be intercepted by Scarsdale. Scarsdale with their second interception today. With it is going to be number 18 of Scarsdale. That is Reese Newman. So Scarsdale is going to take it, and it will be whenever the Tuskers have been able to drive down, it has ended in an interception. So that's the second one of the game. So as the Tuskers defense come out, let's take a look at some players to look out for on defense. And got to mention on the line, Amanda Dustin, been amazing for the line all year. But another play as back to throw. Number 4, short slot pass to finds 9, and the flag is going to be pulled, but a big gain there by Scarsdale. Tesla finds Brown there, and that is a huge gain, making it a first down. So first down now for Scarsdale as they get a big gain there. But yeah, Tuskers defense got Olivia Wygran, Becca Lapolis, who had the game-sealing interception in the last game against Yorktown to seal it off. As back, it's going to be caught by number 7, still in, and it will be Isabella Goulart when all said and done, who pulls out the flag, and but it's still a big gain for the Raiders as they head down. They are now driving down the field. Somers defense need to show up like they have. It's currently 3:46 left in the 3:46 left in the half. So it's still a 0-0 game, looking to shut them out again, but Scarsdale is working down the field here. So the line back up now, back to throw. Scarsdale with it. Finds 4, finds 9. Walling, still in, and Becca Lapolis is going to show up there finally, but that is, however, going to be a huge gain by the Raiders, and more than enough for the first down. So again, it's going to be caught by number 2 there, and with the catch, number 2 of Scarsdale, that is going to be Azen. So Azen with the catch as lining back up. Now are the Raiders. It's back to throw. 4 keeps it. Wooling. And did she get in? Ref says yes. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Raiders. With the touchdown, that's going to be number 4 of Tesla. So Scarsdale, with that, gets on the board, and unfortunately, the Tuskers' streak of not allowing any teams to score for 3 quarters is going to come to an end as the Raiders do get in. So now lining up for the 2, or for the 1. Apologies. Just going to keep it rolling, and that's going to go in again. Number 4, who keeps it and takes it of Tesla, and the Scarsdale Raiders take a 7-0 lead. That is your score, as we will be right back in a moment. And as we have a moment, what is the key to success for the Tuskers in this game? So the Tuskers have to take the momentum from the Yorktown game and continue it today. The defense has really shown up so far, but fortunately, that last drive, the Raiders were able to get it in. So a gain there, that is going to be with the gain. So incomplete there. My apologies. As now with me, I have Brandon Nappy joining me. As would you like to take over for a few plays?
Yes, that last play, Antonecchia with a quick pass to Persico, and she got past her first defender but was unable to move around the second. Somers just going to be across half field. Antonecchia takes the snap and movement, and it looks like Persico with it, and she's going to get a gain of about 5 or 6 before she's brought down.
So a gain there for the Tuskers, but not enough, as that is going to make it a second down now, as they're going to line on backup. So second down now. We got Persico in the RB spot. We got Antonecchia back to throw. Antonecchia rolling, finds Schmidberger taking it. Flag is going to be pulled out by 2 flags pulled out by 14 and 18 of the Raiders.
Yeah, it's going to bring up third down for the Tuskers. And they're going to need to get a lot closer to the end zone if they want to have a chance on fourth down. But knowing the Tuskers, they should be able to do that. Antonecchia gets the play from coach.
So as they're discussing the play, let's just take a look into Scarsdale. So Scarsdale, coming into this matchup, they're a very well coached squad and they have an accurate QB who can find their receivers. Some notes I have on Scarsdale. That's going to be caught. That is going to be Persico there with the catch. And that is going to be enough for the first down. So first down now for the Tuskers.
First down there.
So now
Tuskers can really do anything they want to do here. They have 4 fresh downs and only just shy of 20 yards to go. So maybe they can do a few plays that are a little riskier. Start these first few downs. Movement across the middle. A fake handoff, Antonecchia to throw. She's going to be looking for Angela Roan, but it's going to be just out of reach for her.
That's going to make it a second down now, as with that incompletion. Yeah, they still got 3 more downs to get there, but down by 7 early in this one. The Tuskers don't want to lose their momentum that they have had these last 4 quarters, only allowing 7 points 4 halves, as it's going to be incomplete there. Almost picked, falls out of the hands, and that is going to bring out the third down. But here we got third down. We may see a far throw. There's multiple things we could see here. So now third down, as we have 107 left in. That's 107 left in the first half. So now Antonecchia back with it, rolling, and flag is going to be pulled out by number 2. And that's going to make it a fourth down now. So they're in Scarsdale's territory. It's most likely even if they don't get the conversion, it will still be not the best field position for Scarsdale. So, Brandon, do you think it'd be smart for them to go for it here?
I mean, I see it could definitely be smart play. They need to go for it, really, if they want to get some points on the board. They're at 0 points right now. They got 0 points, and they're down 7, and the first half is almost coming to an end. So I think it's going to be really important that they do go for it here, and it looks like they're taking their time discussing that.
So as they discuss the play, this is a big one, as so again, yeah, this is a big play, as this one, it's you gotta get in the end zone here based on where. Actually, according to here, I think they are marked past the 20, so they gotta get in the end zone here, or otherwise it's gonna be a turnover on downs with less than a 1 minute to go as is Antonekia back with it, rolling, and it's gonna be incomplete. And with that, it will be a turnover on downs. Turnover on downs as Scarsdale will come back out and try to do something before halftime as they come and take over. And while we have a moment, let's just take a look at both these teams this season. So the Waiters come into this matchup undefeated, but let's take a look at the Tuskers coming off a phenomenal win versus Yorktown, 6-0. Yorktown was 7-1, one of the best teams in the league going into that game, and really, the Tuskers were able to show up and they played phenomenal football. But now Scarsdale back out to throw. Number 4 finds 9 there. Fine, that's 5 for Scarsdale, and that is gonna be a gain there of about 7 yards, and that's Fischer with the catch. So Fischer with the catch, as that's gonna make it a first down now for the Waiters. First and this first and about 19 as back to throw 4 finds 9, rolling now. Still rolling, and flag's gonna be pulled out, but a big gain by the Waiters again. It's Tesler using her arm to get the team down the field has been phenomenal at passing today. In addition, she has been great at getting short runs or long runs as well today. She has talent all over, but with it now, 4 finds 5, still in, and now flag is gonna be pulled. That's as it's caught by number 9 of Brown, and that will be enough for a Scarsdale first down. But this Somers defense, even though they're driving down, the Somers defense is going to try to show up as this Somers defense not allowing any team to score points. They've been good at motion, trying to trick up the quarterback. Was one thing I've noticed they've been trying to do throughout these last few quarters where they've not allowed teams to score. And I think if they keep coming up with plays like that, they're gonna be able to. I just think, it's working out for them. But now with it, back to throw. Almost intercepted, but it's gonna fall through. That is Wygland's hands, and it's gonna be incomplete. Tesla tries to throw a deep pass there, winds up incomplete. So as of right now, we cannot read the clock clearly, so we do not have an accurate time left in the half, but we're close to the end of the half as back with it now. 4 with it. Rolling. Keeps it. Rolling, and flag's gonna be pulled out. But a big gain there by the Raiders, as that will be. Is that enough? No, they're not. They're gonna say it's not enough for a first down. Currently going on the other side, we have a track meet going on, and tune in as after this game is done, we will be going right to the track meet and calling that meet for you. As girls are gonna line back up now. As heading back out for the Raiders, number 4, Tesla. It's Tesla back with it. Back to throw. Short throw. Finds 2. And it's going to be Roan who shows up for the Tuskers there. Flag is going to be pulled out, and that will make it a second down. So now the Tuskers are going to Tuskers got to figure something out on defense. They've been able to stop them little by little, but at the same time, Scarsdale has been able to get some big plays down the field. And this Tuskers defense, they've done great. They've had a great job, like putting up pressure, rushing, which allows to rush the Scarsdale quarterback or the opponent's quarterback to throw the ball. We saw this versus Booster. We also saw this versus Yorktown, and we'll see if they. And we probably will see it again in this one, but Scarsdale has been figuring out something today as they have been able to have pretty good field movement. Still, however, the Tuskers defense only allowing 7 on one of the top teams as they are league champions from the past year. So a timeout is called, and as we have a moment, let's take a look at the format. So the format for the playoffs for each league. So what the playoffs include, they include each playoff has 7 teams for girls flag football make the playoffs, and Somers is still in it. They're not officially eliminated, and if the Tuskers play how they played last 3 halves, as Tuskers do take over on downs there, but that won't do much as that's going to do it for halftime. Tuskers do take over on downs there, but that does not do much as that will do it for the first half. And yeah, it's going to be the Tuskers who are down 7-0 in this one. But yeah, what I'm saying is, yeah, so we got 17 playoffs, and yeah, basically Somers, it's going to be a rough road for Somers, but they're going to have to play how they played last week and most likely win most of their games. But if anyone could do it, it's the Somers Tuskers. This team has really come together last 4 halves, I'll say. Even though they did allow 7, the defense, it could very much be a bigger deficit, and it's just been a great performance by the Tuskers. But we now head into halftime as folks, I'll be back in just one moment for the halftime show after a quick commercial break. Watch the Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports.
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
Interview guests. We're here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today. Predict upcoming sport games. To win it 26-23, the Chargers win. Debate sports. Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots one of the best teams.
Discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports. Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive. And much more.
A fumble. This could be game.
I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Dean Palzall.
I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzolo. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown.
When I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports Broadcast. You can find them on YouTube and Spotify. So welcome back, as at halftime it's Scarsdale up 7-0, and what a first half by the Somers defense. Yes, I know Scarsdale is up 7-0, but the Somers defense has shown up again. Has been great at pressuring quarterback. They've also been great at getting in front of the receivers, incomplete, or being there to pull the flags. That is one thing the Tuskers worked a lot on for the Yorktown matchup. I'm sure they worked on it for this matchup as well, but in this game, it's been this Tuskers defense who has been really impressive. On the Scarsdale side of things, this offense being played by a rough defense, they were able to get down and score for 1. But yeah, they have a great offense with a lot of great weapons, especially their quarterback, who has had multiple great runs, and I could see how she is tough to stop here. But Tuskers have been still doing I think, the best that they can, and a phenomenal job. And then the Scarsdale defense, same thing. Somers has been able to get down the field. They have figured how to get down against the Scarsdale defense. However, their defense has been able to show up to get these interceptions, and with that, it has not allowed the Tuskers to be able to score. But yeah, that's basically my recap and thoughts and most impressive play of the first half. I just think on the Soma side of things, yeah, the defensive stops there. There are multiple defensive stops against this very well played and well coached Scarsdale squad. But then on the Scarsdale side of things, I think it was that big one by number 4, their quarterback of Tesla, who has been phenomenal at running the ball and throwing the ball today as well, getting some big throws. But also, yeah, that play where Tesla threw it, she got it right to the receiver, but the Somers defenders were there to stop it. Also, another great play by Somers, stopping the big play. That could have been another score for Scarsdale if Somers wasn't able to show up there, as Somers eventually held them out there. But predictions of what will happen in the second half, folks. I think the Tuskers come on out. They practice a lot on offense this week, improving. The defense is playing great. They practice a lot this week on offense, getting down and to score. And with their offense, I think they already have figured it out, gotten down. I think this is where they get it down, and it's gonna go in, making it a 7-7 game. So we're gonna be tied at 7. I think we go into overtime. The defense is going to hold them off. We got another defensive battle, tied at 7, and I think the Tuskers take it. Well, I don't know if flag football goes overtime, but regardless if it's overtime or not, I think the Tuskers are going to take this one 14-7. That is my final score prediction. But what does Somers need to So, what does Somers need to do to win this game? Their defense has already shown up, but they just have to show up more and not allow Scarsdale to score any more points. In addition, their offense needs to work together to get down the field and, more importantly, not throw the interceptions. I know the Tuskers offense has been doing a great job, but unfortunately, Scarsdale defense has been good at picking them off. So, has done a good job picking them off, as there's a reason why they're a top team and well coached. But we now head back out, and before we go, check out the Somers Sports Broadcast. We are a club at Somers High School where you get to call games. This is why I get to call the game today, as we're back with it now. Bowling, there she goes, and it's gonna be a big gain there. Start off the half. That is not what we wanted to see by the Tuskers defense from Tesler, and that is gonna make it second. That's gonna be more than enough. My apologies, for a first down. So half number 2 now. But yeah, check out the Somers Sports Podcast as there you could check out. We do a sport talk show where we talk about sports, professional sports, as Tesla back to throw. Finds 2. Rolling, that's going to be enough for a first down, and gets about 6 yards more there, as it's going to be 1st and 14 to go till the next 20 yards. So 1st and 15 there, as the Tuskers are now moving down the field. So movement now down for the Tuskers, as they're going to line back up. And here, the Somers defense really has to show up. This is really where the defense needs to show up. But back to throw 4. Walling, going, and flag is going to be pulled of Tesla. Tesla there, and it's gonna wind up being first down? Yeah, second down. Thought it was a second down there as Mr. Cleary puts it the marker to a second down. So we got Scarsdale line back up to have a receiver off to the left. The middle is open. There may possibly be a one here by, there's a lot of options here. Can throw deep or a trick up one, as it looks like he's gonna go now with it. Short pass to 2, who drops it, and the Tuskers able to give pressure there. Tesner at number 2 there to force the pass fast. It winds up being dropped, and that is gonna make it a third down now. So now third down, Tuskers defense really showing up here. So now third down as the Raiders are going to line back up, and already, even though it is third down, they have already driven down into the Tuskers territory early in this one. 5 finds 5, and flag pulling, and now there's a yellow flag, penalty flag on the field. And we'll wait to find out what this is, as we are just getting started up with half number 2. As Scarsdale, it's been a low-scoring game. Scarsdale up 7-0 if you're just getting here. And it has been a defense. The defense has really shown up with interceptions on the Scarsdale side of things and being able to stop Scarsdale, holding them to fourth down on the Somers side of things. But we'll see what they do here as it looks as we wait for the Raiders to head back out. Somers already lined up. Let's take a look at, so what plays may Somers scheme up to get the ball down the field in this matchup? So they may scheme up some quick hits and just reading the defense well. So they practice this, they review film, and yeah, in addition to reviewing their own film, yeah, they review how they review some formations for Scarsdale, their defense, just to read their defense, maybe have an idea of what they're gonna do. But it's tough in sports to predict what they're gonna do. Most teams prepare differently, especially in professional sports, for matchups. So we got Tesner back out there. Tesner back to throw. With it now, goes up high, and it's almost intercepted by Schmidberger, but it winds up being incomplete. But still, that is going to be third down. So a third down now for the Raiders, as the Tuskers still have 2 more downs to go, but trying to hold them off here. So the Raiders are going to line back up now. Back with it. Tesner keeps it rolling, still in, and flag eventually pulled, but that's going to be just about there, but it's still going to be third down, but it's going to be they're going to mark it about 10 yards to the end zone. So Raiders back lined up, takes it, number 4, and the flag is going to be pulled by the Tuskers, making it a fourth down, though the refs holds his hands up, and she does get in before that, and with that, the Raiders are going to take a 13-0 lead. Well, hold on. Yeah, it's going to be a 13-0 lead for the Raiders, as now Tesner goes for the conversion. Flag pulled by the Tuskers, though the ref, it looks like she gets in before then, and now the Raiders are going to continue their lead as they drive right down the field in the second, and they're going to now make it a 14-0 game. Tuskers have shown up on defense, but unfortunately the offense was able to game plan around it and get it. It is now a 14-0 game, as we'll be back in a second. So welcome back, as Antonekia throws is going to be incomplete there by the Tuskers, as that's going to make it a 2nd down now. And tune in tomorrow, as tomorrow we'll be back here on YouTube. It will also be on Local Live, as we will be doing the Somers versus Greeley game. So Somers takes on Greeley and Somers Varsity Lacrosse. You can find that tomorrow on the Somers Sports Broadcast. As Antonekia back to throw. Goes up. It's going to be caught. That is going to be caught. That's Wygand with the catch for the Tuskers, as that is still going to be not enough for a 1st down, as it's 4 yards to go till the 1st down. So 3rd and 5 now, as Tuskers need to get a big play here, down 14-0 to get back in this game. But Tuskers, they practice on offense all week and coming up with a game plan, and we'll see to lead and get around this Scarsdale defense, and we'll see what they have come up with and if they're able to execute here. But Tuskers still have played the Scarsdale squad very tough today, as back to throw, Antonekia, almost an interception. It winds up going through the hands of number 18 for Scarsdale, winds up being incomplete, but 18, that's Reese. That's Reese Newman. It goes through her hands, make it an incomplete pass. So punt goes out for Somers, and now Scarsdale. Somers did not want to risk going for it, as even though they're down 14-0, they're still very well in this game. It's only a 2-score lead, and they did not want to risk it, and they let the punt go, as they did not want to risk giving Scarsdale good field position. But now the Tuskers are gonna come back out on defense, and let's see if they're able to stop them here. This is where the Tuskers defense really needs to show up, like they played those few drives in the start of this one, to stop the Scarsdale, this very well with skilled players Scarsdale squad. But back with it, Tesla rolling around. Rolling still with it. Going back, and flag is going to be pulled. Olivia Wygand shows up for the Tuskers there, and that's going to move Scarsdale back, as Wygand is able to grab the flag. It's now going to be 2nd and 17. So 2nd and 17 now for the Raiders. So Tesla back out there. Tesla back with it, goes up, and it's gonna be incomplete. Number 14. It's not a catch, and that is gonna make it a 3rd down. So now 3rd down for Scarsdale. So the Somers defense shows up there again, as communicating with their coach. Number 4 communicating with their coach as she heads back on out. So we got 2 receivers out to the left, but 1 out to the right. She may try keeping as well, as it's back to throw. Almost interception, and it's going to be caught by number 7, who takes it, but showing up for the Tuskers. pulling the flag. That's number 14 there. But fortunately for the Tuskers, it's a big gain as as Tesla finds the receiver and gets it for a big first down. As now it's going to be a huge gain down the field for the Raiders. So lining back up now, Tesla after the big play. Tesla back. Going to be caught by number 2 there. Flag pulled out. But a gain there is going to move them up a few yards. And while this Scarsdale squad is moving down the field, a few more players to look out for the Tuskers. So we got Angelina Roan on defense, has been phenomenal on defense this year. We have Isabella Goulart, a freshman, has been playing great on both offense and defense throughout the season as well. So now it's going to be third down after that for the Raiders, as we got multiple Tuskers out there. We got Schmidberger, Wygran, Lapolis out there. We have Ava Schmidberger also out there, as it's going to be short pass number 14. But Wygran is able to show up there and pull the flag. That's going to make it a fourth down, and let's see what the Raiders are going to do here. Will they go for it? They are in the Tuskers territory and close to, and in the area of the close to the end zone. So let's see. It looks like they are going to go for it. With it now, Tesla finds 5, and that's going to be a first down now. So first down for the Raiders, as that is going to move them to about 5 yards to go. 5 to 10 yards to go, but a big gain there. Actually, they're going to mark it. Flag must have been pulled back by 15 yards to go. So 15 yards, but a gain there for the Raiders. As Raiders line back up, back to throw. Tesla with it, keeps it rolling. And the flag is going to be pulled there right before it went in. The ref looks to... Look, the ref did have his hands up. They may have called this a touchdown. It looks like, yeah, they're going to actually, one of the teams call a timeout. And while they call a timeout, let's take a look at the Tuskers season so far. So the Tuskers started off with a 40-20 loss to John Jay, and a 19-6 loss to John Jay. So 0-2, then a rough loss versus Greeley, 33-7. But then the Tuskers showed up against Panis for their first win, winning 20-0, a phenomenal win for the Tuskers. And then they took on Fox Lane, playing even more phenomenal, scoring 44. I got pleasure to call that game, in addition to the John Jay game. Then they had a 0-0 tie with Peekskill, followed by a rough game for the Tuskers, but they still came out that day and played the best that they can against a strong Tappan Z squad. And then against Brewster, up 26. Brewster was up 26-0 at half. The other league champions from last year, as Tesla, 3-0 in his quarterback. Back to throw. It's going to be intercepted! Intercepted by... That's Julia Schmidberger. So an interception there, as with that, it's going to remain a 14-0 game. And let's see if they will touch back. Yeah, that's going to be player game so far. Julia Schmidberger shows up for the interception. And the Tuskers are going to have the ball back, down by 2 scores, but they're still in this one, as they still got, it's like around 12 minutes to go. So line back up. Antonecchia hands it off to Persico. Flag is going to be pulled. And that is going to make it a second down. for Somers track. The Tuskers are leading as there he goes. A Tusker in front there. Did not get to catch who that was, but great job by the Tuskers. I believe that was James in front as well. But Tuskers lining back up now. Back to throw. Antonekia. And it's going to be incomplete. Tried to find Lapolis there on a short pass, and that is going to bring up a third down now. But yeah, they were down 26-0 at halftime, and then that second half, the Tuskers showed up, allowing Bruce to score 0 points. A great second half, and then they wound up still losing, but the Tuskers wound up scoring 12 on them to make the score 26-12. As Antonekia back to throw finds Kaufman. Well, and their flag is going to be pulled out there, so that's going to be fourth down now. So with the fourth down, they obviously down 14-0 this late in the game. Most likely gonna go for it as Antonekia heads into. They may be punting. Yeah, Schmidberger looks to coming out, and they look to be punting it away. So Tuskers do not go for it here, as they must still have some time left on the clock, as the punt is off for Scarsdale. Tesla out there to try to get it, and it's gonna be down around the 30-yard line on the field. So that's where Scarsdale will start on out. So there, after the momentum started for the Tuskers, Scarsdale, after the interception, Scarsdale defense was able to show up, and Scarsdale's defense was able to show up to stop the Tuskers from doing anything there, and it's going to be a turnover on downs as they were able to figure out the plays the Tuskers were doing, as now they're going to head on back out. So heading back out now are the Raiders, and we got number 4 back out as quarterback. We had number 0 on out there for that last play that ended in an interception. So Tesla was not out there for the interception there, but now Tesla back with it, rolling, back to throw, finds 9, caught and dropped there, and that is going to be that winds up making it a second down, as they are not going to gain anything there after that drop. Tuskers defense able to get in the way there, trick them up a little bit. Another rush pass, as that brings out second down. So now second down, as we'll see Tuskers defense look to be spread out. We got Schmidberger, Julia and Ava Schmidberger. We got Lapolis out there. We got Roan out there. We got Rygrand out there, and Persico out there. All have been doing a phenomenal job out there. Also out there, I believe that is Goulart. Also doing a phenomenal job on defense, as Ava Schmidberger tries to get close by a big gain there. So Ava Schmidberger on defense ran to try to trick up. The quarterback of Tesla, and that allowed to be a fast pass, but it was caught, however, 4 gains, and that will be enough for a first down. So now 1st and 11 for the Raiders. So Raiders line back up. Tesla out there. We got 19 and 13. We got 2 in. Those are your receivers. 17. Back with it. Tesner finds 2. Rolling now. Flag pulled by Becca Lapolis, denying the Raiders from getting a big play there, as that is going to make it a second down. Great play there by Becca Lapores, caught by number 2. She was right there to grab the flag right out. And that makes it second down. So lining back up now are the Raiders. With it now, finds 14. Walling. Flag is going to be pulled out. And but it's going to be a gain there. It's going to be third down now. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 as Scarsdale continues to move down the field. With it, Walling. There goes Tesler. And did she get the first down? A close one there. They're going to mark it. Yeah, it was a 2 yards short. So now it's going to be 4th down. Tuskers defense trying to hold them off here, as this would be a big stop for the Tuskers, and they will stay alive if they're able, most likely be able to stay alive if they're able to stop them here. So back out now is the Scarsdale squad. Has been playing, has had a game plan that's been working well in the second half against this Tuskers offense squad, but we'll see what they have up their sleeves here. As with it now, Tesla back out to 19. Flag is going to be pulled out there. That's going to be pulled out. That's Schmidberger. That's going to be Julia Schmidberger there who pulls it on out. And tune in on after this. We will be likely doing a, depending on the time, we'll be calling the Somers track event. The track meet, which is currently going on at Somers High School. As we have 4 schools competing this one. We got Byram Hill, John Jay. We have Byram Hill, John Jay. We got Harrison, and of course we got the Tuskers, as now Antonecchia and the Tuskers offense back out after that stop as Antonecchia movement round. Rolling, and her flag's going to be pulled, but a bigger one and gain by Antonecchia there, as that is going to be a second down. Not gaining a ton, but still a great play to get around the line and get around there, as it's going to be 2nd and 15 now for the Tuskers as they are moving down the field. So lining back up now, Antonecchia, rolling, and a big one there by Persico, as it's going to be a 3rd down now, so 3rd and about 8 to go for the Tuskers. So a big gain there, gaining 7 yards. That was Persico. So now with it are the Tuskers. Antonecchia back with it. Rolling Antonecchia going around. Big one there. Taking it, and flag is going to be pulled out, as that is going to be a big gain there and a 1st down for the Tuskers. So now is going to be 1st down for the Tuskers after that big gain. Antonecchia back to throw. Almost intercepted, but it winds up going incomplete. That's going to make it 2nd down. A lucky break for the Tuskers. Lucky break for the Tuskers, making it a 2nd down now, as they are going to line back up. Back to throw. Tanekia, caught by Schmidberger, goes back, laterals it to a lateral there to Persico. Winds up being third down. So Antonecchia back with it, back to throw. Finds Rygran with it. Flag is going to be pulled out now. A big gain there by Rygran for the Tuskers. What a play, as that is going to bring them and give them a first down now as they're driving down, trying to get in before this game comes to an end. So now first down for the Tuskers. Antonecchia back with it. Finds Persico. Rolling around. There goes Persico. Flag is now going to be pulled. And that's going to make it a second down. But a gain there for the Tuskers. Antonecchia now back with it. Goes back to Rygran. Incomplete there as she's going to drop it. That is going to be... That's going to make it a third down. As a whistle is going to be blown there, and we'll see what the call is in a moment. So back with Antonecchia finds Schmidberger there, and flag is going to be pulled right before the end zone. But a great drive there for the Tuskers as it's movement down. So now it's 4th and 5, and let's see if the Tuskers are able to get it in. So 4th and 5 now as the Tuskers are going to line back up. Antonecchia a bit lined up for the Tuskers, goes back, and it's going to be incomplete. And with that, it will be a turnover on downs. So unfortunately there, they are not able to get it, and it winds up being a turnover on downs. So now back out there is Scarsdale. A handoff there, rolling around. 7 with it. Flag is going to be pulled out. But a gain there by the Waiters, as it's going to be 2nd and about 10 to go. So a big gain there. Yeah. So a big gain there, as that's going to now be it's going to be incomplete, as that's going to be third down.
Scarsdale now with a third down in their own territory. Snap. And a handoff to number 10. She's around one source player, and then she is stopped.
But Becca
Short.
Lopolish shows up, able to pull the flag there, and she prevails, not allowing a big gain by the Waiters, as now it's going to be a fourth down.
Yeah, very important right now for Somers to keep this drive right here, because this game's coming to an end.
That's going to do it, folks. As the game comes to an end, Scarsdale is going to take this one 14-0. And what a performance by the Tuskers. Yes, it was they weren't able to take this one, but they did show up on defense. It could have been easily a big blowout, but the Tuskers defense was easily able to show up to allow it to be a lower scoring game, making it 14-0. Impressive game.
Yeah, this
on
was
that end for Somers.
This was not a bad game. I mean, obviously Somers, they did not come out on top today, but they did play some pretty good defense. They only allowed 14 points, which, if you really think about it, in football, that's not too much. So that's good on their part. It just, they needed to get the ball in today. That just didn't happen. Great game overall.
Yeah, and again, I'm just going to talk about the Somers defense has something going. Yes, Scarsdale was able to score at them, but yeah, the Somers defense, they have been playing phenomenal. But I want to thank everyone tuning in. I'm Benny Silk.
Brandon Nappy.
Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night, everyone. Scarsdale takes this one 14-0. That is your final.